Deconverted Man here. Ongoing insanity of weird times to broadcast. It's 3:24 a.m. and Deconverted Man's sleep schedule is completely off kilter. Any rate, so wanted to talk about this video I just saw on Peterson's health update and play a little bit from it.
This summer that we believe stem from SIRS, which is chronic inflammatory response syndrome due to decades of mold exposure. We don't have a better explanation for his neurological symptoms at the moment other than spiritual attacks.
Okay, so throughout this presentation on Peterson's health, she mentions spiritual attacks, spiritual warfare, God, miracles, asking for prayers, and saying that they think that there's a spiritual element, and just to keep pushing back harder, whatever that means in this context is unclear. I do hope that science prevails in his speedy recovery. I would thank the doctors and nurses for doing their jobs. She thanks God. I would thank science for being there. She thanks God. She asked for prayers, but metadata studies on prayer and prayer intervention show that prayer, intercessory prayer, where you pray for somebody to get better, has the same result as not praying for them. So prayer will not do anything. Kind wishes, words of encouragement, will certainly help them feel better and feel loved. But whether that has any medical effect would be in the realm of placebo at best. There is no spiritual warfare at play. There are no spirits that are doing anything at all. The idea that demons are, the scary demons, oh man, they're going to get you, or the evil spirits, they're going to get you. This is a idea that humans had for a long time, but now we understand biology. And it's complicated, to be sure, and doctors and medical professionals make mistakes. But we use medicine and real science to do the best that we can in treating what goes wrong, biologically speaking. If you encountered mold, then yes, that's going to have some sort of effect upon you. You could have hired somebody to clean it for you. You chose not to, and maybe you didn't know there was mold down there. But the moment you saw mold, you could have retreated, probably should have, and gotten a professional to do it. But, hey, look, hindsight's 2020. Hopefully he'll recover. Hopefully he'll be okay. She also mentioned that a younger person got idiopathic pulmonary arterial hypertension. Boy, that's hard to say. IPAH. And this affects about 0.001% to 0.002% of the population. It's a very, very rare thing. She says this does not happen, but it does happen. It's just extraordinarily rare. It's unfortunate that it happened, but that's not indication that there's spiritual attacks. It's so interesting that the people that believe in such things don't also believe their angels are guarding them from those attacks, or that God isn't protecting them from the attack. Like, you're serving God. Why is it that you're being attacked so successfully by the enemy? Isn't God greater than that? And skeptics are never affected by spiritual attacks at all. In fact, it seems that ghosts and spirits are afraid of skeptics because they never show up when we're around. In fact, many so called psychics will not be around a skeptic because they think that that negates their power. Well, what it really does is show that they don't have power. There is no spiritual warfare going on, there is no spiritual element. This is just biological in nature, and that you don't understand it and or that rare things are happening is bound to happen to somebody given how many people there are in the world. It's unfortunate that it's happening, but it is happening. Fortunately, you guys have a good amount of money and resources and various insurance to deal with these sort of things. So, you know, you have an advantage there. Also, I would wonder about diet. I know that Peterson has been a long time meat only eater. Maybe that has some element. Maybe not. I don't know. But, it's worth looking into. I'm sure the doctors are aware of that. But maybe it's just the mold, and he's an old guy. And he's been doing a lot, been very active, and encountering a lot of stress and etc. And that's going to affect you. So, like I said, I do hope that science will prevail, but it might not, and that will be very unfortunate. I will be sad, and I will say kind words about him and his legacy and legend if that happens. But there's nothing spiritual here, and to believe that flies in the face of what is known about reality and is just nonsense. And so I felt compelled to speak on it and to discourage this type of magical thinking that occurs. Things happen, rare things happen, and it can be very scary. And you can, I want to blame something for it. Well, blame the viruses, blame the bacteria, blame the human body for not being all the way, in all ways, perfect or something, but there are no spirits. That's just, let's get over that. So that's it. Thanks for listening.